students. Today we are going to perform an experiment, that is measurement of discharge through orifice meter. Orifice meter is a device that is used for the measurement of discharge in pipe flows. This experiment we will perform on the hydraulic bench, which contains various pipes in series and parallel. Here we have a pipe installed containing an orifice meter inside it. Now I will explain the parts of the orifice meter. An orifice meter has the first part, that is the inlet pipe from where the discharge will enter inside into the orifice meter. This inlet pipe has a valve to control the rate of the flow, and then the valve from where the water will enter into the orifice meter. This orifice meter has three diameters. One is opening diameter, then diameter at the orifice, and diameter after the orifice. The diameter before and after the orifice is 28.5 millimeter, and the diameter of this orifice is 18.5 millimeter. There are two pipes attached here which connect to the piezometer for the measurement of pressure at the upstream and downstream of the orifice meter. This piezometer is attached on the right side of the hydraulic bench, where you can measure the pressure head at the upstream and downstream of the orifice meter. There is the outlet pipe from where the water will be discharged out and collected inside the hydraulic bench, and there is a drain at the bottom from where water will be drained out of the hydraulic bench.
Here we can see the closer look of the orifice meter and the orifice inside.
To start the experiment, we need to turn on the hydraulic bench and start the water flow through the orifice meter. To start the hydraulic bench, we need to turn on the button and open the valve for the discharge to start. We can see the outflow through the pipe, and water is flowing through the orifice meter, and orifice is at the center of this pipe. To measure the discharge flowing through this orifice, we need to measure the pressure difference inside the pipe. Pressure head difference. To measure the pressure head, we need to take the readings at the piezometer, but we can see few bubbles and gaps inside this pipe, which needs to be removed, because we want that there is no gap inside the pipe, so that we can measure the accurate pressure at the piezometer. To remove these bubbles and make the flow continuous, we need to insert some pressure here and collect the water. You can see the bubbles inside the piezometer coming out, and we need to remove all the bubbles and all the water, air bubbles and the gap inside the pipe flow. Now we will observe is the Now we will observe this pipe again. Either the flow is continuous or any bubbles are still present inside the pipe. As you can see, now we cannot see any gap inside the pipe or any air bubbles present inside the pipe. A few bubbles we can see at this section of pipe. So once again we will try to remove these bubbles for the accurate measurement of pressure. We can see small bubbles coming out inside the piezometer. To measure the discharge, first I have opened the half valve and we have to measure the flow inside the pipe. As the orifice meter works on the principle of Bernoulli's equation, which states that sum of all the heads will be equal at the all sections of the pipe. We have considered two sections here, section 1 and section 2, that is upstream of the orifice and the downstream of the orifice. We will consider that we can see that the center of both the sections, section 1 and section 2, lie on the same height. So we can consider that potential head is same at the both sections. As the diameter of the section 1 and section 2 also equal, so we can consider that velocity heads are also same at the both sections. The length of the pipe is very small between section 1 and section 2, so we can consider that head loss can be ignored because of very small value. The only value that can vary between section 1 and section 2 will be the pressure head. So we can take the reading of the pressure head from the piezometer. The piezometer attached to the section 1 is going towards the first pipe of the first piezometer, that is attached here, and this piezometer, second piezometer, is attached to the second section of the pipe. To measure the pressure head at section 1, we will take the reading at piezometer 1 or the piezometer on left side, that is 51 at this point, and the reading at the second piezometer at the second section of the pipe is 40. So these two readings we need to note down to calculate the pressure head difference at the both sections of pipe. Putting these equations into the equation of discharge measurement through orifice meter, we can calculate the theoretical discharge. Now we can take the second reading when we can open the valve more and increase the water flow. Now again we need to take two readings at section 1 and section 2 of the pipe. Hence, to record the readings at the piezometer, upstream of the orifice section 1, the pressure head is 69, and downstream of the orifice at section 2, the reading is pressure head is 46. Hence, using these two values, we can find out the difference of pressure heads at two sections. To compare the discharge measured from the equation, With the actual discharge, we need to find out the actual volume of water flowing in the unit time. For this, I have opened the half valve, and now we will collect the volume of water inside the hydraulic tank. To collect the water, we need to close the hydraulic bench drain here. To close it, we have to press it down. Now water has started to be collected here. We need to start the stopwatch. The time taken for collection of 20-liter water will be calculated. Stop. The time for the collection of 20-liter water is 1 minute and 46 seconds. Now we have to open this valve and drain all the water before we can take the second reading when full valve is open. All the water has been drained out from the hydraulic bench. Now we will take the second reading and open the valve almost full. To calculate the volume of water, again you have to close the valve and note down the time to collect 20 liters of water. When you have taken all the readings, it is necessary to turn off the water supply valve and the power supply as well, and turn off the hydraulic bench before exiting your lab.